this comes from Chris in Chicago, Illinois, and he asks this. I understand that as Christians, we are no longer bound by the many requirements of the Mosaic law, such as circumcision. The letters of St. Paul seem to indicate against the need for at least Gentile believers to undergo circumcision. And yet, it seems that infant male circumcision is still among the norm among Christian families. My question is this. Does the church take a position on circumcision as a religious matter, as opposed to whatever opinions that currently prevail in the medical community?
Well, yes, it does. I mean, St. Paul even specifically says that, because of your faith in Christ, circumcision is useless for you now. Now, obviously, that means if for a medical reason or at the discretion of the parents, if they think that it's in the best interest of the child, that circumcision can take place. But, for example, if you would have like a mixed marriage kind of situation, the child can't be baptized and then circumcised, in a separate ceremony for the Jewish faith. That's not possible. And certainly, there can be legitimate medical reasons for circumcision, but that's obviously not a religious ceremony. That's a totally different subject. So there's two things that you have to distinguish there, basically. Circumcision, we shouldn't see it as a given, but obviously it is part of the ceremony now of another faith. So, I mean, it's not as though Catholics can indifferently have themselves circumcised because, it's in the Old Testament, it's prescribed in the Old Testament as being necessary. That St. Paul specifically addresses that question, that quote that I mentioned first there. So yeah, for medical reasons, it can be envisioned, but for religious ceremonies, obviously that no longer applies to Catholics. We can't have ourselves circumcised as the Jews do.